Hey guys, I just want to clear up any confusion you might have about the idea web. We're going to go on to making three sketches of a logo based on one of our idea webs. But the idea web, the idea was to really get an idea of what your company sells and then how is it different from other products on the market, right? Let's say your big idea is you sell hamburgers. Okay, well, are you a fast food hamburger, right? Or are you some kind of gourmet five-star hamburger with white tablecloths like a sit-down restaurant? Your logo would look very different depending on um, the target audience, who you're trying to sell to, right? As well as the nature of the product. So that's the purpose of that. You should have had three of these idea webs where you're kind of brainstorming. Okay, I want to do hamburgers. What kind of hamburgers are there? Beef, chicken, whatever. Do you want to specialize in a certain thing? Is it for rich people? Is it for everyday? McDonald's, fast food. It all depends on whichever route you want to go, but you kind of got to get a little bit specific about stuff like that. The next thing we're going to do is design a logo then based on some of those ideas. So I want at least three drawings on one of your ideas. So you're going to pick one idea you're going to stick to and make three drawings based on that. In my case here, the rugged shoes, right? I had a couple different logos here that I was messing around with different versions of the bear foot or claw. Some might use the envelope distort to change the shape of the letters. Some are more of just a picture, right? We looked at a lot of logos online. Um, some logos are just pictures. Some logos are pictures with words, right? So I want to tell you a little bit more about the different kinds of logos. As you may have discovered in your research, there's a lot of different kinds of logos. Um, this website says there's seven, some say nine. It's kind of up in the air how you categorize them, but to give you a general idea, right? You have things that are abstract mark. They're giving Pepsi as an example here. Mascot logo. You have the KFC Colonel Sanders, maybe the Michelin Man. You have like a person associated with your product, right? Like um, in this case, Colonel Sanders is associated with the chicken, and just by reshowing that image, it becomes associated with your company. Combination. This is what you most typically kind of think of as a logo. It's a picture and words put together. In this case, right, the words become the meat, the Burger King. A lot of times, that's what we most think of as a logo, is a picture and a little bit of words, maybe your company name, to show you what the product is. An emblem logo, a lot of times they look kind of like shields, something like that. Just another way of doing things. Lettermark, again, usually just the name of the company, or in this case, the abbreviation for the first letters in the words: National Aeronautics and Space Administration, I think it is, right? So they had to abbreviate that to obviously make a logo. So the name NASA, and they did a little bit creative text manipulation here, right, by the linking the letters together and um, taking away some of the separating pieces. Pictorial, again, Apple the word, and then Apple the picture, right? So you associate the word with the picture. And then you have wordmark, which is another one of the most common ones where the word is the logo, right? The name of the company is the logo. So think about which direction you want to go with your design. Again, we're going to do three sketches, so maybe you try one of each, or maybe you try a few versions of one. That part's up to you. But just think about which one would best illustrate your company that you're choosing to do. I'll put the link up to this website if you want to read this article. It tells you a little bit more in depth here about the different types, right? Here again are three logos that I made on one idea, right? I wanted to have a garage, Vitus Garage being the name, but I picked different parts off of my idea web to kind of explore what that option would look like, right? And thinking about parts of a car, right? I thought you could have wrenches or bolts, and that could be specific enough to make a logo of. Maybe not the best option, but you see here, I like the way the idea of the words being like the grooves on the bolt, right? So I kind of put my name on that part, and then garage almost as a shadow. I don't know if it would be the best thing if you're like driving by a business to be able to read, though, right? The second option here, probably more typically what you would think of a garage here, right? The whole car. You can tell we kind of do the whole car. Looking at this logo, maybe you think we could focus on more high-end cars like a sports car, right? And then I gave it a text here with the serifs, the little feet on it, to give it kind of more of a classic feel on the bottom, right? Depending on what kind of fonts you choose, right? If you had a script font, it might make something look fancy or expensive. If you have a sans serif font, just kind of plain everyday, right? The last logo might suggest that we do more of tires, right? More of a tire shop where you could come in, get your oil changed, get some tires, right? So a different kind of feel again. Just three different versions here on the same idea, but you can see how they have very different kind of meanings. So think about that in your drawings. You don't have to make them on the computer yet. You're just doing it in your sketchbook on paper. Three pictures like that. Do you want just an image? Do you want text with image? And then what kind of text and image are you using that can convey your idea? So good luck. Get to drawing there, and then we'll have spring break for a week. When we come back, we'll work on making a final version on the computer, something nice and polished.